Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie with LulaRoe with Alexis Stephanie. Some of you already know me from my page. Some of you don't, so I wanted to introduce myself. And my husband here, this is Sheldon. I was asked to make an opportunity video from my upline, Holly. So I wanted to sit down and do that with you guys. One of the things that I wanted to do, though, was give you a different perspective. You can talk to any consultant, and they can give you their reasons why they do it, how they do it. But I wanted to give you the guy's point of view, because after selling LulaRoe for 9 months, I get so many women that come to me, and they want this opportunity, but the one thing I hear all the time is my husband. I have to talk to my husband. My husband's worried about time. My husband's worried about the money. So I wanted to let Sheldon here explain to you some of the concerns that he had that we worked out, and some of the things that he has seen on the positive side that has happened that we have figured out too. So I'm going to turn it over to him and let him talk to you about LulaRoe and his version, hoping that this will be something you can share with your husbands and jump on this Lula train with us.
Yeah, so the first thing that comes to mind when we start talking about my concerns was obviously the concern of the money. Whenever you look at the cost to get into selling LulaRoe, it's a substantial amount of money.
It's big.
And when Stephanie first came to me, that was a big concern for me. Now, we have some mutual friends that we're currently selling, our consultants, still our consultants. I knew their husbands. I know that they were successful. So some of my concerns were put at ease a little bit because of that, because I personally knew somebody that was being successful at this. But I still couldn't put aside the chunk of money that Stephanie was asking me we could put out for this.
I would say a minimum is $6,000. So to go to your husband and say, I was lucky enough that he just had a few questions and we worked that out, and he didn't hesitate to say, do this and I'll stand behind you. Not everyone's that lucky, which is why we're here now.
So once we got past the shock of how much it's going to cost to do this, and okay, my next question was, how fast can we pay back this money? Whether we take it from our savings, whether we go get a loan, wherever we go get the money from, put it on a credit card.
Right.
How fast can we pay this back? Being that I'm a numbers guy, I quickly did some math, and what I figured out was, in a perfect world, if you wanted to, once you flip your inventory one time, meaning your initial inventory is 360 pieces or something like that. Once you flip that inventory one time, if you take no profit out of the company, you take that money, and basically half of it goes to paying back your loan, the other half of it goes to buying your new inventory, or buying your inventory back again, basically. You would then have paid off your initial investment. That may be a plan that is good for you and your family. It wasn't something we wanted to do. We chose to dump all of our profits back into buying more inventory, to try and
that was a decision we had to come to, though, because he was like, how fast can we do this? But when he saw the more inventory I got in, the more I sold, that's when we, just a few short weeks in, decided that we would not take a profit. And that we would dump everything back in to build all of this inventory you see here around us. So that was a decision that we made. It's not for everybody. There are consultants out there that paid themselves back in a few short weeks. It can be done. It's what you want to put in. So I did have to sit down, like I said, and we had to chat about that and what that was going to look like.
Also was, what am I getting for this money?
Yeah,
you're getting $6,000 worth of tangible items.
You're getting Lula love.
You're getting clothes, something that you can hold in your hands and say, okay, for my money, I got this. You're not paying into a subscription club where they're going to send you a bunch of books that you can then go and let somebody look at and then place an order. You're getting something that when someone comes to your house, they like this shirt, they buy that shirt, they walk out with it. So that for me was another thing, because the next step of that was, say that your wife or whoever decides 6 months down the road, 3 months down the road, this just isn't for her anymore. Now you have something you can still sell back to other consultants at wholesale, get at least your investment back.
Yeah.
So you can pay your investment back off. you're not really stuck with this stuff. It's not going to be, the elephant in the corner of your spare room for the next 10 years that every time you go in there you get frustrated at looking at.
Yeah, and that was huge even for me, to know the risk is low. When I was even thinking, okay, can I do this? How am I going to approach him with this? One of the things is this inventory is yours. So if you decide it's not for you, you can go to our team. There's different pages on Facebook with different consultants where they do swaps and stuff. At minimum, you could sell back all of this inventory and make that minimum initial investment that's there. So making that risk so low was easy for us to say, let's do it, because you can turn around and sell it if you decide it's not for you.
Correct.
You won't. You'll love it, but you have that option.
So once we got past the shock and the money side of it, it was, okay, what's next? The next thing was the time. The time is a big thing. I say it, I'm a guy. I do outdoors. I like to hunt. I like to fish. I like to go spend time doing me. And I'll be honest, I'm stingy with that.
Yeah.
So my concern, which was for me, was what is this going to do to my time? What is this going to do to the time that I currently have, where our daughter is at home with Stephanie and I'm off doing my own thing? It does take time. It takes time away from your normally family activities. It takes time away from your downtime. It takes time away from you going to do stuff on your own.
But with that time, you have to find the balance. So that's where it kind of outweighs itself. We had to find that. The first couple months were a little rough in finding that balance. So that was a concern of his. What is this going to look like for our family? And I had to check myself a little bit on that one. I had to realize in those first couple of weeks that, bringing my cell phone to the dinner table to sell leggings wasn't what was best for us. And we had to work that out. But now 9 months in, we have a routine. Him and Macy, they have their things that they go and do on nights that I have sales. And he said it before, when I'm doing LulaRoe, this is my job. Mom's at work. And so he takes that time and just really cherishes that time with Macy and spends that quality time with her. She gets time with her daddy. And that's huge. But finding that balance did take some work. It took some work on both of us.
There were some frustrations on both of us. I mean, just being honest here, there were some frustrations, and but we talked to them and we worked through them and we figured out what would work for us. I can't say that the way we handle it would work for you, but it works well for us.
Yeah.
But we did choose things that, at dinner she does her best not to look at her phone at dinner. If we're out to dinner, having a nice dinner, I don't really want her looking at her phone.
It was
trying
balance.
to sell leggings.
It's all about balance, and we found that now 9 months in.
Correct.
So, and those are all things that if you choose to share this video with your husband, which we hope you do, if you're considering joining this team, that Sheldon would love to share it with him. I'll give you our contact information at the end. And he never mind sitting down and chatting. No. And we're open books. And that was part of making this video, was something that you can share with your husband and know that it can be done and that you can find that. Yeah. So what else? He's got a list over here. So I think once we got past the money and the time, we were on board. We went with it. Yeah. So now 9 months in, I've seen some changes in my wife. I've seen changes in Stephanie that, as a husband, you like to see your wife happy. We've all heard we've all heard the old saying, "Happy wife is a happy life." That's true.
I see Stephanie with a drive, with a direction. I say this,
not that I was lost.
Not that she was out in the driveway walking in circles when I come home from work, but everybody needs a purpose. Everybody needs something that they do that fulfills them. And I don't think she really had that until she started this. So now, to watch her whenever she tells me, hey, I have a client coming over, she dresses them in the room, she helps them, pick out clothes. They leave happy. She's happy because, she made their day, whether it's for the next week, for the next hour, whatever it is. She's helped, someone leave our house with a smile.
That's huge for me, too. Yeah. That's a huge confidence builder. To be able to bring someone into my home And maybe she didn't have the best day. Maybe she did have a good day. But either way, when I bring someone in here and I get to dress them and make them feel confident and happy and beautiful, even if they are just leaving here to drive home, and that entire drive home she feels gorgeous, then that makes me happy. That's huge for me to have that opportunity to be a day maker and to be able to give women confidence and the ability to feel beautiful, and that's nice.
The other thing that I've noticed is, with this being a separate business from our normal finances, Stephanie's been able to come to me multiple times and say, hey, I had a really good sale. I want to take the family out to dinner, or hey, let's go and spend a night in a hotel somewhere and just get away, and it's something that she can do for us and our family, and not feel like it's something that we need to necessarily talk about, or it's something that she wants to do.
It's huge.
And I've seen
guy.
that.
What else you got on that paper about me?
I've seen that.
Anything good over there?
I can see it in her eyes whenever she comes to me and has these ideas, and hey, I want to do this, and
it's fun. It's
all
fun to
be
able
me.
to do that for the family, to be able to come home and say, I had a really good sale and I've ordered my inventory and I've ordered extra inventory, and there's enough left for us to take a little, weekend getaway or something, and that's just nice. It's great.
So those are some of the concerns, some of the questions that I had coming into this. Hopefully
questions, I like that.
It can clear up the air a little bit for you to maybe show your husband this video, or even just talk to him about some of these items.
It's huge.
And hopefully it'll get you going down the right path, and before too long you'll be trying to contact us to get our link to get signed up and become part of the LulaRoe family.
That would be great. You can find us on LulaRoe with Alexis Stephanie on Facebook. You can message me through there. My personal Facebook, I'm Stephanie Dean. You can do that. You can text me if you're local and you know me personally, or you can email me. My email is Steph, S-T-E-P-H, the letter D, 319@hotmail.com. The spreadsheets he talked about where he tracked all of our numbers, we're willing to share that. It's, what I make at parties. It's what I spend in orders. Share that for something for you to know the numbers, and for your husband so he can feel more comfortable. You're more than welcome to come here in the LulaRoe, hang out with me and see what I do. I can pull up my back office and show you the cold hard facts on LulaRoe and what that means. So
we're an open book. The biggest thing here is if you decide to take this step, we don't want anybody that's underneath us or working with us to feel like they didn't know everything or the whole truth down the road, and so that's what this is really about.
So we just want to share with you guys. Will you never mind sitting down, talking to you guys? He doesn't mind sitting down and chatting with your husbands a little bit. So thanks for watching this. Let us know what questions you have, and let us know when you're ready to join this team. We will see you guys all later. Bye.